What's up, collectors and non-transformers enthusiasts? Today we're going to be taking a look at the recently revealed listings for the upcoming 2022 Transformers Buzzworthy Legacy Target exclusive lineup. So this is the list itself, and I already covered the Walmart's exclusive. If you're interested on that, as always, link is going to be in the description down below so you can see, the entire 2022 lineup. But this is the Target exclusive video, and I'm going to go ahead and add the one Walgreens exclusive because it's just only one figure. We can go ahead and cover that really quickly. But if you go ahead and focus on the beginning of every name, you can clearly see Buzzworthy Legacy. Now, I suppose this is going to be a subline within a subline because Buzzworthy is already a subline. So I don't know, it gets complicated. I suppose now Buzzworthy is inside the Legacy lineup, but I don't know. I don't care either. The important thing is the figures that we're going to get for the entire 2022 lineup. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first up on the list, we got Buzzworthy Legacy Deluxe Silver Streak. Now this is a figure that has, already popped out on previous listings, but we didn't know where it was going to come out and when it was going to come out. And now we know that this is going to be on the Buzzworthy Legacy subline, and it's going to be available on 2022. And other than that, there's not actually much to say because I already covered this guy. I made the full video describing my thoughts and all that on the actual figure itself and the color distribution, all the things that the figure can offer, because this is one of the best figures that the Earthrise lineup can offer. The articulation is off the charts, and mobility is just insane. But this is another copy and paste figure. This is only for the people that care about the story of Blue Street, the OGs that know what this figure means, because I think it was essentially meant to be this color and then they changed it for the G1 series and all that. I honestly don't care. I was not even alive when this came out, so honestly I got no connection with the character, so I'm not gonna go ahead and pick this guy up. Now moving on, next up we got Buzzworthy Legacy Multipack, and the latest multi-pack that we got was the Nemesis Optimus Primal, the re-release of Bumblebee, the Fangry, and I believe it was the repaint of Black Arena. I completely forgot her name, but she was there also. And now this one's gonna be a little cheaper because it only has Deluxes, and that one had Voyagers and Deluxes, so it was a little bit more expensive. But this one's gonna go ahead and have all of the Deluxes. And the first one is Goldblock. Now if they go ahead and do the same thing again, they just copy paste the same Shadow Glass figure that we got previously, and they just call it Goldblock on another line, that you go ahead and pick the Netflix Bumblebee that pretty much everybody wants. Go ahead, repaint it, put the yellow a little bit darker, and just swap the heads with the Goldblock that we got for the Shadow Glass, and that's pretty much it. Maybe paint it black, maybe leave it blue, I don't care. Just go ahead and give us that awesome mold that everybody wants, because to this point there's people haunting that Netflix Bumblebee because it was really rare, it was really difficult to find. So if they do that, they're guaranteed some money. Now moving on to the second one, we got Ransack, and this is a really exciting news for me, because for this guy, man, there's pretty much like a few releases and that is pretty much it. And this is a really cool character. I mean, look at him. He's got kind of yellow, orangey, and black, and just the face, man, looks so good, so menacing. I cannot wait to see this guy, on my collection. And for this guy, obviously, they're gonna go ahead and pick up the Transformers Legacy kickback and go ahead and retool a little bit, change the color, change the face mask, and that is pretty much it. There you have your Ransack, and it's gonna look amazing in my opinion. Now for these Insecticon trios, because there's two more, the most difficult is gonna be Venom. They're gonna go ahead and have to change the name for Venom, like they previously done, and that is pretty much it. But there's no way they're gonna go ahead and call him Venom. But moving on, the next we got Toy Scorpionaut. Now this is really easy, man. It says Toy Scorpionaut, so it's gonna be accurate to the actual toy. So the colors are gonna be a little bit more darker, that you're gonna go ahead and have that darker purple, that darker gray, and the face is gonna have that Mugen old school face, so it's gonna be a little bit more accurate to the toy, not to the actual figure. The figure that we got is a little bit more accurate to the the War for Cybertron Kingdom line, the actual character that appeared there. That's a little bit more accurate to that, and this guy is gonna be a little bit more accurate to the actual toy. Now hopefully in the transformation on the beast mode, gonna be a little bit more accurate to that awesome face build that we got on the previous toy accurate Scorpionaut. So fingers crossed for that, because the only thing that I didn't like about the the Scorpionaut that we got, it was the beast mode. It didn't have that awesome face that the old school had, and I don't know, it's just not accurate for me. I didn't like it, I didn't dig it. Now, last one on the list for the multi-pack is Paralyzer. Now, this is another easy one. We already know how it's going to look and the color distribution and how it's going to be integrated into this line. Essentially, it's going to be a repaint of what's been able to go ahead and swipe the colors for that awesome white and that, pinkish color with the purple as well. And it's going to look amazing, man. It's just a copy and paste, but just the color distribution is going to make this guy a completely new figure, and I just cannot wait. If this guy is going to come like that and, the color distribution is accurate to the actual character, I'm gonna go ahead and for sure break the bank for this guy, because this is pretty much the only one. This one and Ramsack, those are the two that I really want. For the gold bug, if it comes, it's gonna be a plus for me, but these two for me are the must-have for the multi-pack. And obviously one of the popular one is gonna be gold bug if they do it the correct way. Now, next for the overall list for the Target exclusive, we got Buzzworthy Legacy Deluxe Toy Deco Pterosaur. Now, this obviously is going to be a repaint of the golden disc one. So you're going to go ahead and just change it to the colors of that figure. It's going to look a little bit more, red, kind of orangey, and on the middle is going to have, the greenish mark and the blue and all that, and, to make it look as accurate as possible to the actual toy deco. And that is pretty much it for this one. I'm gonna go ahead and pass on this one, because I'm gonna go ahead and get the golden disc one, and I'm not gonna go ahead and spend double. I'm not gonna double dip on this one. Now, last on the list for the Target exclusive list, we got Buzzworthy Legacy Accessory Pack Red Cog. And now this is pretty much essentially the same blue cog, or cog as they call it on the show that we got for the Siege line, but on red. And obviously the story is that the blue cod or cod, whatever you want to call it, it was a companion piece for the 1987 Fortress Maximus, and now this is gonna be a companion for the 1988 Grand Maximus, the brother of Fortress Maximus in terms of a repaint. And well, the Grand Maximus does not have any companion with it, has no cog, so now this guy is gonna serve as that. And those lucky guys that had those amazing OG figures now can go ahead and have a red cod, as a companion for the Grand Maximus. And that is essentially it. For me, I'm not gonna go ahead and pick this guy up, because obviously I do not have any of those amazing old school figures. And the other thing is that this is an accessory pack. Now, I don't know what accessories they're gonna go ahead and bring, but the rumor on the street, the Transformers word is that it's gonna have, a couple of items for the Commander Rodimus Prime figure. The same, blast effects are gonna go ahead and be there, and there are gonna be a couple of extra items for the Commander class Rodimus Prime. Now, it depends what items they have is, my decision if I go ahead and pick this guy or not. Because if I go ahead and pick this guy, it's gonna be for the accessories, not for the actual figure, because I have no interest on the actual figure itself. I have no Grand Maximus to pair this guy with, so it's honestly pointless to pick this guy up. Now, last but not least, we got the one Walgreens exclusive listing, and this is Legacy Deluxe Minerva. And oh my god, man, this is a figure that is forever been a pain in the where to get. I'm talking really painful to get, like really painful, like believe me, like super expensive, super rare, and super unique. We're talking $500, $600, and even more on eBay, because this girl is super rare. So it's really nice that they're going ahead and releasing a new Minerva. Now, if this is gonna be a brand new mold, it's gonna be awesome. If this is gonna be a repaint or a slight retool or something else, I have absolutely no idea how they're gonna go ahead and make it, because as you can see, she's slick and at the same time bulky, and there's no figures right now that kind of can interpret that if there's not an extensive retool. And if you go ahead and do an extensive retool, you might as well go ahead and deliver as a brand new mold for Minerva. And the only thing I can think of is the Legacy Elita 1 that is going to come. I don't know how she's going to look. I don't know if it's going to be a repaint of the Elita 1 that we got for the Netflix one. And if it is, I have absolutely no idea how they're going to do it. And if it is a brand new mold, now has a little bit more chance to, kind of translate into Minerva. But this is a really fantastic news that this girl is coming, and I suggest you go ahead and pick this girl up as soon as you see her, because best believe this girl is gonna go ahead and be expensive pretty soon, because you know the scalpers and all that, they're gonna go ahead and hunt this girl up, because again, it's a pain and you know where to get. But with that being said, that brings us to the end of the video. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Really interested to see and know your opinion on the series, especially which of these are you most excited for. Leave that on the comments. But that's pretty much it for the whole thing. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like. It really helps you to algorithm to help my videos get out there in a while. So if you get any value anime content, please subscribe and I will see you on the next video. But this is pretty much it for the upcoming 2022 Transformers Buzzworthy Legacy lineup for the Target exclusive, as well as the Walgreens exclusive for the Minerva figure.